let's see.
Quiet smoke.
Nice. All right, we're going to turn this way the fuck down. We're going to turn this up. It's Mix Monday! Mix motherfucking Monday. I'm only 3 minutes late. I'm not going to act like I am a genius for discovering that ChatGPT is the end-all, be-all of problem solving. Oh, my God. If you are like me, which very few people are this autistic, you will think that you will see when you can't find stuff on the internet, it's the most, because here's the problem with the internet, right? The internet has become, oh shit, I didn't add my camera. I'm going to add my camera. Hold on, guys. Get in my camera. Freaking forgot about my camera. The camera is the most important part. Sorry. I'll come back to how important I am or whatever in a second. How do I do image, display image? No, cancel. Fuck, I don't, guys, I got to OBS it. You know, I forgot to completely do my OBS. Video capture device. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And we're going to do, oh no, big slim dog, 6-inch thong. Oh, it's this one, that's why. I got it. This is going to work. Yes, here I am, yeah, all right. So, as I was saying, seconds before I was supposed to thank you, it is so much more important than the fucking Pro Tools. I'm even going to turn the light up a little bit. Because I gotta not look. This is how close we called it this week. We called it so close. I was 9 minutes before 5 o'clock, and OBS just took a shit on me, man. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was so mad because like, when OBS stops working, there's no place to find information on how to fix it on the entire internet. It is the most frustrating thing that So I went on ChatGPT and I described my situation as thoroughly as I could. And ChatGPT told me exactly how to solve my problem immediately. It was the first suggestion on ChatGPT. I went straight to it and I was like, oh my, so the only problem was I had to completely rebuild my OBS profile, my scene here from scratch in like the first 30 seconds of my stream, which I did. So anyway, ChatGPT's whole, dude, honestly, ChatGPT probably does do better than UAD's customer service. If I had to choose between ChatGPT or UAD, I would choose ChatGPT. UAD is never going to solve your problems. ChatGPT is instant. So yeah, this week we are working on the song from Johan Lennox called No God. It's out this Friday. It's featuring KayCyy, KayCyy with 2 Y's, I think. Anyway, it's really good. It's an amazing track. I'll play a little for you. Here we go. Let's hope I play a little bit for you anyway. Let's see. Yeah.
Tell me all those things you love to lie about. I got nothing left in me to die about. Words are words, I turn them round in my head. Turn on, drive me nuts without a license.
Quiet spoken words, stretch wings like a bird. When will you return? Los Angeles burned down. New York for your shelter. Twisted but remember, she feels like September. My birthday forever.
So that's what we got there. Oh, by the way, if you are over on YouTube right now watching, you're going to have to keep an eye on me today because I don't have a mute button. I can't do the mute button. So if I forget to unmute my shit, you got to let me know. Anyway, so yeah, Johan's versatility is absolutely insane. I love Johan and I fuck with Johan so much because of how interesting he is from me. The way he can jump from like real straight pop to like, this is like damn near emo rap, but also like kind of darker and singier than that. It's like, it's so crazy. Like, this is amazing. So I think that it really, it says something for me whenever he keeps me guessing every single time. And there's a lot of cool stuff in this song. Now, here's the problem with this song. This is going on his forthcoming album that is coming out soon. But he wanted to release it as a single this week. This is coming out on Friday. You are hearing a song that is not even in the world yet. It's not even in the world yet. They haven't even gotten it. So, he hit me up and he was like, hey, how fast can you do this? And I was like, oh, like me. This is how I always answer when you say, how fast can you have a mix? I'm like, oh, yeah, by tomorrow at least, And then so he was like, great, because I want to release this next week. So I basically did this in like 3 hours. And the good news is that when Johan sends me something, it already sounds good. That's my favorite part about Johan is when he sends me something, he doesn't expect me to be doing a lot. And you can this translates. Look at this. Look at the plugins over here, right? This is the beat here to here. And you can tell how little I really did. It's like 1 to 2 plugins per track, sometimes nothing. There is minimal mixing going on. And now when we get into the vocals, I got a little bit more busy, right? Because one of the things that was important about this is that it's going on this album that I already mixed. So I have to mix this song like I've already mixed the rest of his fucking album, which means I have to go back in time basically to what I was going through 5 months ago whenever I mixed this the first time and like tap into like the opioid withdrawal that I was suffering from at the moment so that I could fucking really get into the same space. Because the other stuff that's on here is like, here, let me show. I got, here, I'll pull up this. The other stuff that's on here is really fucking phenomenal shit. Right? Here's listen to this drop. This drop is fucking insane. Tell me what I'm doing wrong now. Anyway, so it's got to fit into what I've already done. So the real challenge of mixing this song now is that, like, one, I was in the zone whenever I did that record. And two, like this, it's different artists, it's different features, it's different like stuff going on, different production. We did this differently. He did this like all in his own like in Logic, right? And then bounced me out the multi-tracks. So it's like I didn't really have a hand in the start of this one like I did with the other stuff. There's a lot of conditions, right? So it's like the I kind of had to put myself in a weird headspace and make some good decisions that I think really worked out. So first, let's go to the top and really dig in a little bit because I think this is like easier to just explain. First off, thank you, B, for liking the shit out of the live. Thanks, guys, because it's literally like, I do this for free and shit. You know? So fucking like the goddamn live a bunch so that fucking get the goddamn fucking likes up and share it and whatever the fuck. All right, the question is, Alec asked, do you prefer to work off the client's Pro Tools session or just build it up yourself with Bounce multi-tracks? And the answer to that is it fucking depends. It always depends. It always depends on me because if you send me a Pro Tools session that is absolute dog shit, what's the point of me working off of your Pro Tools session? If most of the work that I'm going to do is going to be to go through and undo the things that you've done, kind of would have liked maybe just have some multi-tracks so I don't have to fucking even see the insanity that got you to where you are. You know, maybe there's a part of me that wants to like go back and unfuck all of your things, but really if I feel like I can't solve it from my own, sometimes it's better to not know what's in the fucking sausage, right? Sometimes it's just better to not know what's in the sausage. Just give me the sausage, let me eat the shit and tell me about the pork snouts later or whatever. So, yeah, it depends. On certain artists, I love getting just like a Pro Tools session that's cleanly tracked, well organized. Oh my God. Please, I could not get more firm. If you send me a cleanly tracked session with well-labeled buses, oh my God. Oh, that's my heaven. My heaven is I take my last hit of a illegal substance, I breathe that out into the air, I close my eyes, and then I'm awake. And I'm sitting in front of Pro Tools and the session that has been given to me. Oh, it looks so good. It looks exactly like what I would do. It's all color-coded. It's labeled. Everything makes sense. There's no confusing parts to it. It is just, and I can just start moving stuff around. Oh, God. Please take me now, Lord, if that is heaven. I've earned some fucking heaven. I'll tell you that goddamn much. I have earned some fucking heaven at this point. Because I've been through hell, especially with these shitty sessions. All right, so a lot of these decisions that I were making inside of here were creative decisions more than like mixing decisions. Because really, I'll play here. This is his demo, and his demo is good, right?
My birthday forever.
For most people in the world, that's a good mix, you know, which is really funny. Speaking of vocal chains, Johan does his vocals with like an SM7. He holds it in his hand. Sometimes he'll do it with the speakers on. Like you could hear, he almost never does like straight, clean vocals in any way.
All those things you love to lie about.
You can hear he's put his own reverb on it. It's already pretty clean. Like, I'm not EQing that. All right, well, actually, I am EQing it, but I'm EQing it in a way that you would never fucking expect. I did on a lot of Johan's original album, whenever I mixed the first half of this whole project, or the first 95% of this project, I was using, this is my little trick on this. He kept being like, I want it more gritty and vintage, and I want it to be like Bon Iver. I want it to have this edge to it, right? I want it to be gritty. And so whenever I decided to approach that, I was like, okay, I am not going to use any EQs on this whole thing. If I can, I'm going to try not to use any EQs. If I'm going to use an EQ, it is only going to be an ATR 102, and I'm just going to use the repro high frequency and repro low frequency knobs to tweak how I think this thing should sound, right? So that's how he sent it, and that's how I have it in this track. That's his. That's mine. I made it brighter and saturated it a bit, and that's really gonna have it pop in this motherfucking mix. Like, it's gonna stick out so fucking much in front of all of this other stuff. Now, I didn't need to do that necessarily. It sounded good without it. Like if I were to take this out and unsolo it.
Tell me all those things you love to lie about.
That sounds good to me. I don't need to like tweak on that a bunch of shit, right? But if I'm gonna tweak it, I have to tweak it to make it sound like the original mix that we were fucking with, or the original mixes that we were fucking with. And all the vocals I did for his shit on that are saturated and bright and crispy. So I had to bring it up a little bit.
Tell me all those things you love to lie about. I got nothing left in me to.
Really makes a big difference, right? Just turning that on and off, you can hear the difference of how much more forward in your face it sits, and that's that saturation. That's all I'm looking for. So again, not doing a lot. Even in the vocals where I started to get into some shit, like this isn't like here. This I did 4 plugins on this thing. The 4 plugins that are on this are creative plugins. I mean, the 102 for EQ, again, like I said, I used an SSL, and I'm just pushing a bunch of like 8K, right? Like a good amount of 8K. And that's the only thing I'm doing with it. There's nothing else on in this SSL, right? The manipulator to do some weird shit.
No God in this room. No God in this room.
This manipulator is really cool. Here, I'll take it off and I'll take the reverb off so you can...
No God in this room. No God in this room. No God in this room.
Now with the manipulator.
No God in this room. No God in this room. No God in this room. No God in this room.
This is like that one touch, like weird plugin. I like this manipulator because it's weird. Like no matter what, sometimes I'll just put, this is one of the few plugins in the world that I'm like, yo, I'm just going to push like next on the presets until I hear something I think is fucking amazing, right? Cuz like, hey, Andrew Masters over on the YouTube. We missed you, buddy. This plugin is one of the few that I will actually flip the preset. And usually I think people who are preset flipping are fucking idiots, but this is one where it's like you might just find something magical. I found this one by accident for sure. It's like, you can hear every single one of them. You can hear a place in the world where there's an application for it, right? Just so happened that on this one, it was the velvet setting, velvet layer.
No God in this room.
I think I
No
turned the
God in this room.
octave down a little
No
bit.
God in this room. No 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 God in this room.
Yeah, something like that shit. I don't know.
No God in this room.
I'm always tweaking with the shit no matter what, you know? Like, even if it comes up perfect, I'm like, I gotta see. So yeah, so that layered with whatever he was doing, because I thought his slapback thing was really cool.
No God in this room. 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 No God in this room.
Johan's always doing some weird shit like this. I love this stuff, like right here. This is like, so he's doing layers of weird things all over the place. So he's got, this is kind of like the lead in this situation.
No God in this room.
And then underneath that lead, I created this thing.
No God in this room. No God in this room.
Like, because it was just straight normal. I didn't like add this. This was he added this double here, but I just put it on. And then underneath that, he did this effect.
No God in this room.
So all together,
No God in this room. No God in this room.
we're getting this crazy like mesh of different textures and cool sounds and everything. Then he also has underneath all of that, he's doing some.
No God in this room. 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 This is dark at noon. Sun like a moon. No God in this room. Hearts like a tune. No God in this room. 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 This is dark at noon. Sun like a moon. No God in this room.
I was saying it feels like it's extremely hard to get artists to take risks these days. It's hard to get people to step outside of what they're comfortable with and just do stuff. Like whenever Johan and I are like working on songs now, one of the coolest things is that we have this whole trust that I'm not going to do anything outside of what I know he's going to like, and he's not going to like. He's going to give me the amount of time it takes for me to solve the problem. He doesn't sit there and like demand instant like results. And that's something that's really tough is like most artists, they need you to immediately have the end vibe, right? As soon as you say, let me tweak on this for a second, they're like, okay, cool. And then the first thing they hear, they're like, no, that ain't it. It's like, give me a fucking second, dude. Like, give me a second to solve this issue. I'm not going to let it not be cool. If you give me the time to really, like, do something cool here, I'm going to make it cool. So, artists suck is basically what it comes. No, artists are awesome. Artists that let you do what you want to do, that's the shit. It is. It's an exploration process. You got to be doing a bunch of shit, and you got to try stuff. You got to. Sometimes you do. I know. I talk shit on just going through presets and shit, but sometimes you got to go through presets. I think when I'm mad about people that use presets, right? I'm mad about people who use like EQ presets, right? I'm mad about people who use like compression presets. It's like, why don't you just compress it the way you want it to do? It's different when it's like a creative thing, like you want to like. You know, you want to like even reverbs. I'll give you tweaking reverbs. I'll give you tweaking reverbs. I'll give you preset flipping reverbs, whatever. I'll give you preset flipping delays, although I kind of think like just make it. But some delays are really creative. But these like interesting plugins, these things like the manipulator, these things like the what else I got in here that I love? There's all sorts of stuff. Like modulation stuff, kaleidoscopes is cool, and fucking phase mistress and shit like that. You know, yeah, go through those and like preset flip, find some cool stuff, you know, figure it out. But like, if you got an EQ and you're using presets, you're a fucking dork. You hear that, kids? You're a fucking dork. How could you use presets for EQ? Is the fucking question, isn't it? How the fuck... What snare is this supposed to fucking sound like? I'm so confused. Like, what snare do you need the same EQ on every time you put a snare? It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's just stupid shit. The problem is, I would sell EQ presets if I could figure out how to make my EQs do anything other than like you know, I would just have like 4 presets, and it'd be like a mid-side about here, a mid-side with the side boosted here. That would be like my other preset. Like, ooh, look how wide this makes this. It'd be a preset. That would be my second preset. And then my third preset. Let's see. I bet you that my third preset's already in here. Where's my third preset? What are you? Oh, that's interesting. I was doing a thing there. No. Let's see. Let me give me a preset. There. Oh, yo, that's so funny. I was just saying that's one of my presets, and it's literally exactly that. The thing that I just fucking made. A mid-side fucking boost thing. That shit's funny as fuck, dude. I could, if I made presets, that's what they'd be. Again, the same thing. Come on, show me. Oh, that's a slightly different version of the same thing. Yay, I want my $12, everybody. Fork over my cash. I earned it. You guys got to see my goddamn presets. I want my fucking $12. Oh, that's a different one. That's sort of. I was doing a thing. You can always tell when I'm doing a thing. There's no light bullshit EQs. Like, I don't understand, and I never will understand people who are in fucking EQs tweaking little fucking like, I just needed this much of this shit and this much of... Bro, every single one of my EQs is heavy-handed as fuck. If I did something, like, there is no precision to it. Like, what do you need precision for? Let's be real. Before 10 years ago, you got like 5 bands of EQ max. No, all right, fine. Before 20 years ago, you got 5 bands of EQ max. So you're telling me for the entirety of fucking recorded music, they didn't have, they needed all these bands, but they just didn't have them, except for like the last 20 years, and then they got them, all of a sudden music got better. What's weird about that is you could actually tie, theoretically, the introduction to multi-band, EQ, like more than 5 bands of EQ. You could tie that to the actual downfall of music and make a fairly good case that having like a parametric equalization is like the reason music is getting worse and worse all the time. Right? Maybe. It's just a theory. If I was to put on my little tinfoil hat, put my little tinfoil hat on and think about some things, maybe having too many options for EQ has absolutely ruined music. I know, this is a good clickbait video. I'm going to, if I could remember to clip these clickbait videos, oh man, this would kill on fucking Instagram. Me just talking about how having too many bands of EQ is the fucking downfall of music. True story. This is what you need to do. If you guys want to get good like me, stop using a bunch of fucking EQs. You're not making it better. I swear to God, you're not making it better. If I had one piece of advice, I'd say stop using EQs. You're not making it better. You're making it worse every single fucking time. Go into any of your mixes that you've been struggling with and like look at what you did EQ wise and see if I'm not incredibly correct. ATR 102. All right, so let's go through some of this stuff because like I mean we could do it kind of by bulk. I don't think we need everything. So if I was to like there's not anything particularly crazy that I had to do for any of this stuff. The only thing that I did have to do, or that I wanted to do, I guess, technically, is the opening of this, the first 2 bars, I didn't want it saturated. I remember thinking whenever I was doing this that the saturation that I was using, which again, nothing really crazy, just pushing a little bit of the punch of this thing, that the saturation that I was using was too much for the intro, but it was cool for the rest of the song. So, because it's just kick drums and shit, right? It's like... And then I put it on. Then it starts getting heavy and shit. But that was the only thing I really changed. Oh, actually, you know what? I kind of remember. It wasn't that I thought it was too much for the intro. It's that I very specifically wanted to give a like change. I wanted to give it like a little bit of a dimension change, a little bit of like when this came in, it felt like, ooh, like everything got a little bit harder. So it's like sometimes I think one of the best principles that you can have is, as a mixer, is this concept of sunshine wouldn't be so beautiful if it wasn't for rain, right? This is the thing that we really have to like. This is the psychological aspect of mixing. It's like you need sometimes for things to not be full and big and like thick and fucking hitting you in the face, so that the thing when it comes in does, right? It's like you need to balance out the amount of tension, the amount of good sounds, the amount of bad sounds. You need to like sometimes give a little bit of like a thin sound so that whenever